Okay, so I have to leave for class in like 20 minutes, but I wanted to get some thoughts down on the camera because I haven't made a vlog in a while that wasn't just like previously filmed footage, and so I wanted to actually like talk on a vlog today. I noticed something this morning because I was feeling kind of down, and usually when I feel kind of down, it's related to dysphoria, and if it is, then I go on Pinterest and I just look through pictures of trans boys and trans masculine people and all of that kind of stuff. And I realized that I try to do this to try to like cheer me up or like try to find solutions. But really what it ends up doing is it just makes me feel worse because I see all of these examples of like the perfect trans boy, and it's like a white skinny dude who looks exactly like a regular guy, like what you would assume. Like in my gender class, we talk about hegemonic masculinity, which is like the ideal thing, and it's like a white, middle class, like masculine guy, and like basically all I see are hegemonic trans boys, and it makes me feel shitty about myself because I don't look like that, and I don't want to look like that, and it begins to make me wonder if I really am trans because I don't want to look like that, and isn't that what I'm supposed to want to look like, which is absolutely false. And realizing that is one of the best things you can do if you're questioning your gender identity and you're seeing people that don't look like you want to look, and it just makes you upset. Because not every trans person looks the same, and not every trans person should look the same. We're all individuals just like everyone else is individuals, and it doesn't matter if you're trans or if you're cis. Everybody looks different, and that's okay. And it's important to accept that, and to accept that you as a trans person might look different from the hegemonic or ideal trans person that's out there most of the time. Along with this, I've been heavily considering lately whether I should take tea or not. I've talked to my friends about this, I've talked to my boyfriend about this, and I've just kind of, written about it a lot, and thought about it a lot. And so I have a lot of concerns about going on tea, but there's also a couple things that I would want going on tea. And I've begun to wonder, why is it that I want these things? Is it that I want these things because society tells me that I want these things, or do I actually want these things? And what I've come to realize is that, I'm relatively comfortable with myself. I would like to have top surgery at some point because I don't like having boobs. But other than that, there really isn't much about my appearance that I want to change. I recognize the fact that I'm never going to be skinny. That's just not who I am. I'm relatively chubby, I guess, and I've always been kind of on the chubbier side, and that's fine with me. I have curves, and that's fine with me because I look good, and that's not like a problem for me. And for some trans boys it is, and that's okay, but for me it's not, and that's okay. And so I've been trying to think, what are the benefits of going on tea versus what I actually want to accomplish. And really the only thing that I want out of tea is a deeper voice. That's really it. Like, I don't want my curves to go away that much. I don't want facial hair. I've never really wanted facial hair. Muscle growth would be nice, but it's not like I really plan on being some like gym goer and getting buff or anything, so it's like that doesn't really matter. Right now the only really thing is that technically if you get top surgery they kind of want you to have been on tea for a while so that it helps like reposition the tissue or something. But personally, I don't know. So I've been thinking about that a lot, and really what I guess I'm gonna do is just talk to my doctor about it and be kind of like, hey, this is what I'm hoping to gain. Is this really the best option? Are there other options that I have? Like, what do you suggest that I do? Because I'm coming to the realization that not all transitions have to look the same. And obviously, like, people will tell you this all of the time, and there's a lot of trans guys out there, like, on YouTube or on the internet that say, like, you don't have to transition and all that kind of stuff. But for me, at least, I feel like most of the people telling me that are people who have transitioned and done everything by the book, per se. And it never felt genuine to me. Not that they aren't being genuine, because most of the time I think that they are. But to me, it just kind of sucks because I don't really see myself being portrayed, at least, I guess on YouTube, mainly is where I get my, like, trans stuff from. Because on Tumblr I do see a lot more, like, trans people who are not the stereotypical trans guy. But most of the time when I'm looking for advice or I'm looking for, like, stories and stuff like that, I go to YouTube because that's where you can see everybody. and most of the people on YouTube are white trans boys who are relatively skinny or kind of fit the generic trans boy identity. I don't know, I feel like there aren't any femme trans boys on YouTube, and that has been kind of a challenge for me. Obviously, like, the trans community knows it's hard to not see yourself represented, and I feel like I'm not seeing femme trans boys represented, and it's taken me a while to come to accept the fact that I don't have to transition like everybody else is transitioning. I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to say today. I just kind of wanted to make this to kind of, I don't know, maybe boost some of y'all's spirits out there, because I know that it's been really shitty for me a lot when I'm trying to figure out my gender and all I see is the same trans guy, like, poster boy everywhere, and I don't want to look like that, and it makes me question myself when really it shouldn't, because everybody is different and everybody takes being trans differently and everybody transitions differently. And so hopefully I will start to accept that more and more, and I will figure out where I want to go and what I want to do in terms of my transition, and accept the fact that I don't have to look like society necessarily wants me to look. Yep. That's basically all I had to say today. I hope this video was at least somewhat helpful or interesting for some people. Maybe just gave you a little look into, like, what I've been thinking lately. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will hopefully see you all soon.